Welcome, my darling pretties, to our Beyond the Dawn of Business podcast for pretty empowered female entrepreneurs. It's time to step into your power, pretties. Lift each other, support the squad, and choose a life filled with the autonomy and freedom to live your dreams. I'm your host, Dawn Beth, owner and founder of Beyond the Dawn digital business brand and agency. My coffee is hot and my eyelashes are on, so we are ready to go. Hi, and welcome to this episode. Today, I want to congratulate my CSMM graduates because for the last few weeks, what we have been doing is assessing some of the most impressive social media management work I've ever seen to allow our winter cohort from last year to get their dual qualification and be able to officially declare themselves as the best in the business, which right now is a relatively small of elite social media managers. And obviously, as time goes on, it will grow and grow and grow. But there's never been a better time than right now to make yourself a official CSMM and wear those badges of honor with so much pride. So when we do this, we are just so incredibly humbled because from our standpoint, we've been working with social media managers and training people now for a number of years. We've done it through lots and lots of different mediums. We've done it through lots and lots of different courses. I used to do one on one training with people. At one stage, I was kind of like a social media manager's tutor where you could come to me for tips and hints and I would support you whilst you were self learning and growing your own kind of freelance business in that way. And then when we created the methodology around audience attraction, that unlocked so many wonderful ideas and so many wonderful things that it's just snowballed in that way since then. Now, when I've spoken about certified social media managers before, it's been just so wonderful to be able to give everybody the opportunity to up level their game in quality. But what I really, really like is that when we get to the assessment stage, once the delivery is done and the students have got all of the materials and they've done their work and they've submitted and it comes back and it's time to go through the assessment. It's for the assessors to go through and mark it. And then we get to see how everything is and what's worked and what hasn't worked and people's just dedication to what they've submitted. There's something incredibly wonderful that happens. The first thing is, I'm always ridiculously astounded by the creativity between one student to the next. And there's something I've never worked in teaching. My sister's a teacher, and I have friends who are teachers, and I've never really fully understood because when I've taught courses before, they're very much self-study. Like even if they're live, I'm there with you and I'll answer questions, but you don't necessarily get homework. Do you know what I mean? There's not something for me to look at and be like, wow, you really did something amazing with this. The only time that we see that is usually in one-to-one, and I'm usually involved in the decision making. So I'm there at the beginning and then I see the result, but I knew what the result was going to be. So much more different when you see these assessments come back in because each student has their own take on what they're doing and they've grasped the theory of learning in a unique way, but then been able to create something absolutely magnificent using the right methodology, using all of the tools that we've provided and taught them, but then creating something so beautiful in themselves. So, what that means for when they're out in the world, when they're back out in the wild, is that when clients hire them, they're not hiring a cookie cutter person. It's not a case of like, oh, I've done certified social media manager and I'm official, so you will get this A B C D framework. They're still going to work in a completely unique and authentic way to them, which is what is so beautiful about this course. It's one of the things, in fact, it might be the thing I love about it the most, is that it gives all of the right training to support somebody in having confidence in creating their own operational structure. So that means we're not saying you have to do it this way, you have to do it that way. What we're doing is we're giving these amazing students and now graduates the opportunity to fully embody it and be confident with it, to make their own way, make their own path, to work in a way that works for them, work in a way that works for their clients, regardless of niche, regardless of where they are in the world. And I think that's just so important because we could very easily give people a toolkit or a checklist or a framework that is like, do it this way and only this way, do not deviate from the path. But then, are you really truly empowering that person to go forth and build a career in that area with the complete autonomy and freedom to do it their own way? And the answer to that is no. So when this time comes and we get to see the work that comes in, and we will see work that is delivered slightly differently, designs that are different but still fit the brief. We'll see wonderful pieces of work that come in with the assessment submission. And it's exciting because it is the future of social media management. And most importantly, it's the future of the highest level of quality of social media management that you can get out there. And I love the cross section between things that are affordable but high quality. And I said this the other day when I was talking about podcasts, and I said it on my podcast training. And I realized it hit me like a lightning bolt that this is exactly where CSMM fits as well. Because the cohort that joined us last winter, the amount that they paid to get this dual qualification is still ridiculously low based on the return. You can return the cost of this course in one client for a 3-month retainer. And even at the cost that it's going out at this year, that remains true. Should be much, much higher in cost than it currently is. I wanted the investment to be accessible, and we've managed to maintain that. So it's very, very exciting for somebody who's taking their career seriously and is willing to invest in themselves and will be working with clients who are willing to invest in themselves, which ultimately is the point. It's really, really an excellent option and gives them all of the things that they need, but doesn't strip them of their own creativity, doesn't strip them of their own identity. And that's never been truer than looking at this bunch of graduates. Now, this time more than ever before, we've had more people who won't allow us to announce their name. So we're not going to go through and say everybody who's graduated. Look out for our celebrations that we've got on social media going out through emails. Those will be coming out, and they'll come out again and again because we are very excited for those people that have given us the permission to share that they've graduated. They're going out, and that's wonderful. We're also having a directory, and we have already a handful of amazing CSMMs who feel comfortable enough to take on clients and have given us permission to add them to our directory. And of course, that will just continue to grow and grow and grow. We still have a handful of people who have graduated, who are excited, who are still building their businesses. Some of them are building websites, some of them are working white label and are under non-disclosure. Some of them are working within corporate and don't really need to be openly, publicly celebrated. But for all of you, because I know that all of you will listen to this, I want to give you the biggest personal congratulations from me, because there's something so important in being the type of provider when you provide services for people and you will be taking people's cash to provide them something that will become a digital asset to their company. There's something incredibly special about caring about the quality of your work and caring about the delivery of your work. Okay. There's lots of providers out there that are just about the money and then will do bare minimum. Okay. And I'm not talking about when somebody, is trying to scope push and you have to keep it within boundaries. Boundaries are great, making sure that everything is right as it should be. I'm not suggesting that anybody, allows that to happen, but there's lots and lots of people who just genuinely don't care. They don't care about whether they understand something before they throw themselves in it. There's lots and lots of people who are working towards something and know that they are that thing and they embody that thing, and they're very careful about saying that they are, and sometimes to their own detriment. And I understand that. But you guys saw an opportunity to bridge gaps that you didn't have in your knowledge space. Every single person I've spoken to this week explained to me how it felt a little bit challenging, and at some points they weren't quite sure if they should be doing it, if they were the right person for it. So many of you relied back on conversations that you had with me at the beginning when I said, yes, I believe that this is right for you. And really dug deep. And then when you got your results and you realized that you'd graduated, and that little seed of doubt or fear or worry because you'd been stretched, because this is not one of those rubbish qualifications where you just buy yourself in and get yourself a certificate. We do fail people. It doesn't happen very often. I like to think that we create all of the resources for people to pass very easily, but the content within is a genuine qualification. Okay, two qualifications: one, quality standard trademark. That is just the highest level of social media management that you can be awarded in the UK and is globally recognized. And of course, the 60 CPD points as well. So it's such a stretch. And so many of you were so concerned that you wouldn't do it. And then when you got your graduation information, you were just so elated. It made that graduation and that pass mark so much sweeter because it wasn't easy, because it wasn't something that just anybody out there can do. And it gives a real kind of weight to your caliber as a provider. And not just in social media management, don't get me wrong. Now you're experts in that field. Now you are literally one of the best in the business, as recognized all over. Okay. But at the same time, darlings, this shows that you're willing to invest in yourself to that degree in all areas of your business. Because I know a number of you have other things that you can offer. Some of you want to move into strategy, some of you want to move into coaching that will cover social media and marketing included. Some of you want to go into sales and support that way. All of this has been an absolute beautiful union in people being able to tell this person cares about quality. This person cares about being regulated and proving to the world that not only have they got it and they can do it, but they are going to invest in themselves to such a degree that my clients don't even have to worry about it. My clients don't even have to think about it because it's such an easy decision. I'm going to take away one more stress and worry that they're holding on to and make it easy for them to choose me because I know what I'm doing with social media management and beyond. So, with that in mind, I just want to thank everybody, all of the pretties that have helped us to celebrate. We sent out a couple of emails, we put things out on social media. The amount of lovely messages and celebrations we've had for people who have graduated has been really wonderful. And I know that quite a number of pretties have reached out to the graduates as well and congratulated them in person, which is great. And I just think that all of this breeds such a wonderful empowerment of when we support each other, because at the end of the day, these things aren't always easy. And when you go to invest in yourself and when you go to do something that's going to take up your time and you know that it's going to be a bit of a drain on your resources emotionally, mentally, potentially financially, if it's a stretch for you to go ahead and do it, you put yourself in that arena of worry, and it's kind of like, did I invest in this and is it a good thing, and I'm really busy this week, I wish I didn't have to do that assignment. And we've all been there where we kind of go, oh, why did I sign up for this is really tough. And then when you get through it, it's such an amazing elative state. Now, previous cohorts, one thing that I love about this particular community is that you can go away, and as soon as you have got your graduation and your qualifications under your belt, you can go and make money from them. So it's not just a point of view of kind of like, oh, you've learned the thing and now you have to spend 12 months developing. I know a number of our people want to stay underground at the moment just while they're getting themselves together before they go public, but they're still able to offer this service to their other clients already. And I know of two people already who only graduated and got their results on Monday, the 22nd of January, that have already booked brand new clients, or at least booked clients in this brand new offer within their business and started to gain back the investment for the price of the course, which is amazing in itself, but also gives them the opportunity, whilst it's still fresh, whilst it's still there, whilst it's a new muscle that's just been discovered, to get out there and continue to use that amazing training and skill set that they've just been awarded. So they already had, but they've just been awarded in terms of the qualification. And it just makes me so happy because when I came into this world, it seemed like all there seemed to be was people who kind of had a rough idea of how to use Facebook or a rough idea of how to use Instagram. And there was all these spammy tactics and there was all this bad practice and people didn't care about other people and there was bro marketeering. I mean, it still happens now. You get those really bad salespeople in your inbox all of the time, kind of like, do you want appointment setters and all that ridiculous rubbish? And it's just such an unregulated field. So to finally have it be regulated, to finally have people watching over the work that we do, supporting the students that we qualify, and giving that support, that wider clout to these amazing students who are now graduates, it's just really special. And I cannot wait to see who's joining us. We've got quite a lot of people who are already signed up for our next cohort, which will be March 18th and March 19th. But there's still some spaces left, and I'm so excited to see who will join us on that particular cohort because they're about to go through this journey too, and they're about to see how they fare under this, challenging microscope and give them the opportunity to really spread their wings and figure out how they're going to do excellent work for their clients in the future. And it just makes me so, so happy. I talk a lot about the positive ripple effect, and I feel like this is one of those things that I created that has that positive ripple effect for everybody because it's great for me. I love, 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 love seeing all of the work coming back. I love seeing my people succeed. I love the feeling that I gave them that opportunity, and that really feeds into my purpose. That really is something that I just adore. But then they go away and they do excellent work for their clients and they're able to make more income and create excellent work for their clients. And then their clients, because the work is excellent, get more income, get more clients, and they have a positive result. And then their clients have a much better result. Companies are thriving all off the basis of this chain of wonderful, positive energy. And that in itself, that's what it's all about. And it just feels so fulfilling to finally be able to regularly offer this in such a official way, because we used to do it and it was, you could take us on our reputation, and many people did, and that's wonderful, and I'm truly grateful for that, because we certainly wouldn't have been awarded the quality standard for the UK, like the highest level, if we didn't already have that upstanding reputation. That was definitely part and parcel. But now it's so official, like it's not even in question. It's not in question for our graduates, it's not in question for us, and it just gives that great confidence for people who want to do better, for want to be able to communicate and be visible in that way and let people know that they are a safe option and that they're going to have creative ideas, like I say, that aren't, in some basic kind of roadmap format, and give people the chance to really express their own way of being creative, but the quality level always being of that high standard. And I'm really looking forward to seeing who they work with. I'm looking forward to seeing how big they grow this. I'm looking forward to catching up with other CSMMs because they're excited because they've got new pals that have joined the fold, and we do stay in touch. We create a full community and we have regular updates together, and we keep it rolling because things in social change all the time. So it's almost like a membership without a fee afterwards, because we're constantly in communication, we're here all together, and it just breeds this wonderful environment, and it's only going to get bigger and better. So thank you to all of our amazing CSMMs who have just graduated. You're absolutely amazing. We adore you. We're so proud of you. Well done for taking the leap and doing something wonderful. And I know that the whole scope of the Pretties are behind you and wishing you well. And I dare say you'll work with a few of them as well, because everybody will be looking to see who is the best in the business and who is that fantastic cross section between value and investment. And you are the highest value in your field, you wonderful, wonderful people. And I know that you're going to do a lot of good, and you're going to change the industry for the better, which is something that's incredibly exciting. So please do join us in massive congratulations to all of our CSMMs. And I hope everybody is well and has a wonderful week.
If you're loving our Pretty podcast, come on over to Social Pretties, our online safe house and sisterhood community. It's a safe space where female entrepreneurs connect and thrive in a warm, welcoming fold of pretty amazing women. You'll find an easy redirect in the description, and I can't wait to see you in there. And depending on where you're listening right now, we would love it if you would click subscribe or follow so that you can be the first to know when our new podcasts come out.